What's up, YouTube? Swbfstevo here. I'm giving you a Gladiator Beasts deck profile. This is the exact deck that I ran at Regionals in Lenexa on October 10th, or October 6th. I'm sorry. I ended up getting, I think I'm pretty sure it was 11th place. So just missed the top. I ended up going X2 with it. I lost the last round to Dino Rabbit to a fellow Omaha player that I knew, and my only other loss was I lost in round 5 when I was undefeated to Spellbooks, and that Spellbook guy ended up getting second. He lost his last round to a wind-up player, but otherwise he was undefeated. So my losses were pretty good tiebreakers, but I ended up getting 11th, and the guy that I beat round 4, who was playing Heroes, ended up getting 10th. So yeah. Anyways, so here's the deck list. I waited a little bit on this because I didn't really feel about giving the regional report because nothing too stellar. The regional was like 200 people, but I mean, I didn't top, so I didn't really put a report on that. But I also waited because I'd been trying to hollow out my deck, and I finally got my last stuff in the mail. Finally got my Super Lances. So every card in the deck's now holographic. Woohoo! Not everything's full holo. I have like 2 or 3 cards that I need to max rarities on. Everything is super or higher. Like I have Super Solemn, I may or may not keep at. I need to get Ultimate Warnings, and I may or may not get Secret War Chariots instead of Supers. But other than that, everything is like highest rarity, so which is awesome. Anyways, I'm gonna go straight into the deck list. It's pretty much the exact same thing as Jig Mattern's, minus like 1 card, which I'll point out. 2 Laquari, 2 Darius, 2 Akest, 1 Murmillo, 1 Rediari, 1 Hoplimus because Karakuris, Girgias, you set a monster in 1 or 2 back row, your opponent usually thinks it's like either Magician, Snowman, or Girgia Armor. So he's really good. Plus, I find putting a wall against your opponent's even better than first turn setting him, because almost every time I first turn set him, I conveniently have a Murmillo in my hand, which is stupid, because Murmillo freaking is like gay from my hand. But anyways, 1 Bestiary, obvious, and then since I run the Hero Lives engine, I run triple Test Tiger, so obvious because Hero Lives. 2 Prisma, Hero Lives again, and I run Stratos because he opens up really good plays with the Hero Lives. He's the reason that you can get first turn Shockmaster out and then just win, and then he also makes the Hero Lives a 1 card exceed, which is always great late game. 2 are Hero Lives, obvious. Triple Forbidden Lance, because when you try and go for your plays or whatever, just monster presence in general, not necessarily Geyser's plays or exceed plays, you want protection from them. So, and this is better when they have multiple back rows than just randomly MSTing stuff. So that's always good. Staples, 1 Dark Hole, 1 Reborn, and 1 Book of Moon. Book of Moon, I still really like Book of Moon. First of all, it's a spell to get around Decrease, so that's always nice, and it helps get it around like Skill Drain and whatnot. Then Double Chariot, because you don't need 3. Like, you don't really need to run 3. If you feel you need to run 3, it's only really because of like windups or whatnot. So run Fiendish or like Effect Veiler instead, and even that I don't recommend it. 2 Torrential because it's Torrential and it's like amazing, better than Mirror Force. Double Bottomless, obvious. Double Prison, same thing. 1 Compulse because it returns exceeds, synchros, set monsters to the hand, and it just stops your opponent's plays, and it's so much better now with priority being gone. Every deck should run at least 1, and then maybe side another 1. If I ran Tigerless, I would definitely run 2 of this, but it's such a versatile card and has many uses, so very good. Mirror Force. This is what I'm going to talk about here. I run Mirror Force 2 Safe Zone. Jig Mattern runs 3 Safe Zone, no Mirror Force. He sides 2 Mirror Force. I main 1 Mirror Force and side none, and then I don't side a 3rd. So this is my difference between his deck and mine. I just think Mirror Force is, just still good like that. and I only think 2 safe zone is really necessary, because usually I much rather prefer Lance, because since if your opponent you summon a monster and your opponent activates compulsory or prison, you can't chain safe zone because it's already targeted. So safe zone will not work, and that's why you want Lance instead there. So that's why I run that. 2 Call the Haunted. Call the Haunted, oh my gosh, this is one of my new all-time favorite cards, because after they bottomless or warning your Gladiator Beast, or whatever monster, you can just call the Haunted and make a play out of it. It is ridiculous. I mean, even if I made Tigerless again, I would fit in 1 or 2 calls, because it's just that good, and how much needed monster presence is in GBs. I mean, I've just learned a lot from the archetype using just this build, so I want to thank Jake for that. And I mean, it's just really good with the plays that open up. Like, for instance, round 7 at the regional, I was playing Chain Burn, and so I wanted to get pluses so he has less cards. So at my end of my battle phase, I Geyserist and then had another monster on the field. His turn, he goes Tribute both for Lava Golem set 5, and I proceeded to call the Haunted Geyserist and blow up 2 more. So, I mean, it's really good for getting Geyserist back and blowing up 2 more cards during their end phase, or, I mean, just whatever reason. I mean, it's just really good. Solemn Brigade, need my ultimates, so it's Solemn Brigade and 1 Starlight Road, because there's 18 traps in the deck, so very much needed, I think. I'm gonna go to the extra deck. Extra deck's also very similar to Jake's. I think there's a 1 card difference, but 2 Geyserist, obvious, 1 Estadari, 1 Gladiator Beasts Heraclinos, 1 Stardust. I really want to get an ultimate of this. I think they're so sexy. 1 Utopia, 1 Utopia Ray. Utopia Ray, oh my gosh, I've won too many games off this card. I mean, it's just by taking attack damage, using your warnings, using Solemn Judgment, using a Hero Lives, this card is so live, and just being able to attack for game is ridiculous. Because what was it? I was playing, I don't know, some Sam deck, I think, at locals one time, and then I just have a Hero Lives, activate a Hero Lives, go under 1,000, go Stratos, add Prisma, normal summon Prisma, go into Utopia, overlay for Utopia Ray, and then use his effects 3 times, make his monsters attack 0, and attack for game. And, I mean, it's that good. And I was doing it on Dueling Network, too. I would have lost the next game, and I had a Hero Lives, or I didn't have a Hero Lives play, but I had, 2 Call the Haunted set, and I drew a monster, and I was he was, I don't know what he was at. He was, at 3,800 or whatever, and he had, a Dimensional Alchemist and something else, and he had a Fader removed, and I was man, I can make a Geyser's play here, because I think I drew Prisma, and I was no, but then he'll get Fader and whatnot, and then I realized that I had my Utopia Array play, so I just called a Haunted, summon Prisma, Exceed, Utopia, detach to Utopia Array, and attack over the non-light in case you have bonus. So, very good. Pearl, because it's bigger than everything else, I think I'm going to drop this for Gunman when it comes out. 2 Maystroke. I think this is the difference between Jake and myself's build. He was originally running 2, and then he changed it up for something, but I just love Maystroke. It's my go-to Exceed for rank 4, and I just, to fit my play style, I think I need the 2, so that's really the main difference. 1 Roach, helps in the Dragon match, helps in the Mirror match, or in the Agent match up, and just, wherever you need him. So it's really good. 1 Acid Golem, because it's big, and you can, it's really nice going him when you're facing a skill drain deck, because you can just summon a level 3 special Tiger and whatnot. Leviair, because, Leviair is Leviair, you can win off of it, or you need to get back that remove Bestiary play, that remove Bestiary. 1 Shockmaster, because Shockmaster, and you can make it first turn. And then 1 Heroic Champion Excalibur, because like I said, Stratos opens some really nice plays against stuff, and if you're not under 1,000, and you can go for game or whatever, just make a play, get over something, you can Hero List for Stratos, get Prisma, normal summon Prisma, go Excalibur, pumped to 4K in attack. So it's really good that way. And for side deck, I think it's pretty similar for the most part to Jake's. Like, not maybe specifics, but this is what it is. One Compulse because it's really good against windups and, I mean, whatever else. One Chimera Tech Fortress, obviously, because of Gear or any machine, gadgets, whatever. It's not in the main deck because, like, we don't have room. We could, and especially with, like, the new Exceeds coming out, like Gunman and, like, Black Ship of Corn or whatever it is. One Cyber Dragon. You may think that only one's a little underdoing it, but you can Chimera Tech with Fortress, with Prisma. So if you draw this, sure, you have a play with it, but what's even better is you can normal summon Prisma, reveal Chimera Tech Fortress, send Cyber Dragon, and then use their monsters to contact. So if they're not aware of that play and they have like a Solemn Judgment or whatever down, well, it's great for them. So they just lost a field. I also run 2 Valor. He doesn't. I just feel that Valor is so key, especially against windups, because, I mean, it's just, you know, whenever windups go off on me, it's either turn 1 or I never have back row to stop it, and I never can come back off of it. So I'm running Valor because Valor just stops them in their tracks. So that's that. Double Fiendish. I haven't really been using it all that much. It's just in there because I don't really have anything else I really need or want to put in. So, I mean, it's there, and, I mean, it's good against a lot of everything. Mystical Space Typhoon. I actually only have 1 secret, then I have a dual terminal, and I have a common of this. But 3 of that because, well, they're not in the main, and if your opponent's running Decree, or it's like Necro Valley or Skill Drain, put these instead, so that's why. Shadow Imprisoning because Dark Worlds is a thing. Infectors are still a thing, so I'm not running Soul Drain over this. When Atlanteans come out, I'm thinking that I'm going to put Soul Drains instead of Shadow Imprisoning. But in all honesty, I could very well drop these, I mean, altogether, because I've 2-0'd every Dark World matchup I've had. I mean, honestly, 2-0'd everyone, and, like, one matchup, he went, like, set 1, pass. I go GB, he bottomlesses. I set warning for dumb reason instead of Shadow Imprisoning. He card destructions for 5 Dark Worlds, gets, like, a +4, and then I still end up beating him. And this was, like, at the last round of something at a locals. So, I mean, it is locals, but, I mean, you would assume that he's not bad, but, you know, it's whatever. But, I mean, either way, I've 2-0'd every Dark World matchup, good players with Dark Worlds and whatnot. Then Spirit Reaper, this is really my only side card for Sam's, or just whatever. It's just in there because it's in there, and, I mean, I wanted a side card for, like, Dino Rabbit, to stop their attacks, and this is also a thing at the regional. I got a bad ruling on this at a regional. But yeah, it's really good. And then double trap stun because, you know, there are decks out there that are running multiple traps. So double trap stun for that. But yeah, that's the deck list. Let me know what you guys thought. Comment, rate, and subscribe. I'll try and get some videos from locals tomorrow and put those up, some dual videos. Maybe deck list. I doubt it, but maybe. So yeah. Next event I plan on going to, possibly a regional in South Dakota, but I'm not sure. And if there's a YCS Kansas City, you can expect me to go. So yeah, that's it. Peace out, YouTube.